Hello and welcome to another tutorial from CamiPaige Boutique. I'm Brooke Tannehill and today I'm going to show you how I made this vinyl wrap tumbler with floral decals and foil detail. As always, all the products I used will be listed in the description below, and you may even find a coupon code or two that saves you some coin. Also, come join our exclusive Facebook group where you can take advantage of upcoming freebies and giveaways that you aren't going to want to miss. So without further hesitation, let's go ahead and get started. So this cup was part of a You Pick It, I guess you could call it, night in our Facebook group. So we decided on this really cute wood plank vinyl from Cottage. I trimmed off the excess, and then what I'm doing here is I'm peeling back the backing just to expose a little bit of that vinyl. So this is going to be done on a 30-ounce straight skinny from Parish Tumblers, so you can see it right there. It's on my ratchet freaking baby blanket. And I was trying the method of using your cardstock cutter to get a straight line. It didn't work. I like my vinyl decal tool better, but we tried it just for the night, and what it did is it kind of really didn't give me a straight line as reference. But what I do is I get my vinyl lined up as straight as possible on my cup, and then I just use my squeegee to push off the backing of the vinyl. So I'm just taking my time, making sure that I'm not getting any bubbles. So you can see there I pulled it up because I started getting a little ahead of myself and there were some bubbles on the cup. So I am just using my squeegee and gently pushing off the back of the vinyl until I come to the end and get all the way around to my cup. Once I come to the end, I grab a piece of painter's tape and I come back from that first piece that we laid down, maybe about a 1/4 inch from the seam, and I just lay down a piece of painter's tape as straight as possible. Why I do this underneath it instead of over the top is because I like to make sure that I've got vinyl behind that seam so I don't have any stainless showing, because I've made that mistake before. So by just coming back off the edge, maybe like a 1/4 inch, and really pushing that vinyl down so I can see the seam, I get as straight of a line as possible and you don't run the risk of having any stainless steel showing. So I pushed it down nice and hard so I can see the seam, run my X-Acto knife down that seam, and then pull the excess vinyl off. So you can see just how easy it makes that. Then I just take my X-Acto knife. Well, I'm gonna pull that tape off first, but I just trim the top and the bottom to make sure that I'm getting all that excess vinyl off and don't have a lot of extra over the two rims of the cup, so that when I trim it, it's just all over the place. So just trim until you get it as close to that rim as possible. Once that's done, I grab my vinyl cutter from CamiPaige Boutique, twirl it a couple times at the top and bottom, and remove that excess vinyl so that I don't have any like rough edges at the top and bottom, and I still have some nice stainless for the epoxy to adhere to. Once that's done, I grab my tack it over and over. I've used this in a bunch of different tutorials, but I just like this stuff. But I just take a little, like maybe 1/2 inch paintbrush, paint on some kind of like stroke like, I don't even know how to, like almost like paint stroke looks to it, and then take my heat gun and let that dry. And then I love this Leopard foil from Artistic Painting Studio. I will link it below, but it was just so pretty and it really complemented this design more than I thought it would. So just put it on, rub it down really nicely, and then pull it off. Foil is so easy to use. I just love the detail that it adds to cups. So that's all I'm doing here. And it kind of looks like I'm dancing, so I apologize about that on the video. But I just go around the cup and just add the tackets, let it dry with my heat gun to speed it up because I was live, and then I come back again with the foil, make sure that it's nice and rubbed down, and pull it off. You're just going to do this until you're really happy with the coverage around the whole cup. There's really no right or wrong when it comes to how you lay out your foil. Just do it to where you have the design that you like, and look at how beautiful that is on this vinyl that we added to the cup. Once I'm happy with all of the foil placement, I grab these beautiful Peony Decals from Gracefully created. These were actually designed by a really good friend of mine, Brittany, so I'm pretty obsessed with them, and it just makes it that much more special that I get to use them. And I'm just going around and just kind of placing them around the cup. I chose to overlay them with like on top of the foil. I know some of the ladies in the group were like, you could have like let more of the foil show. I liked this look, but absolutely do whatever tickles your fancy. So here the design or the decals come with leaves as well. So I laid down a couple of those first and then placed the decals over the top of them. And it gave it a really nice kind of natural look that you can see right there. But just go around the cup, add the decals wherever you like. These actually have a white backing to them, so you can place them over dark colors and you don't have to worry about them not showing up. So these are absolutely amazing. You don't have to worry about that dreaded print and cut functionality from Cricut. That's just absolutely horrible. And it just makes such beautiful cups so easily for your different designs, because there's a bunch of different floral options that you can check out as well. After I was happy with the floral placements, I actually do not have to seal these. So because the decals and the vinyl are all printed on high quality material, you do not have to seal them before going into this step. So I mixed up about 25 milliliters of epoxy, and I mixed in this epoxy additive from Boujie Glitter Boutique called Pixie Dust. And I absolutely love this because it gives a subtle sparkle over the entire surface of the cup. So the reason why I like using epoxy additives instead of glitter for this step is because epoxy additives float in the epoxy. They're suspended, so you don't have to worry about getting any prickly bits or rough spots in your epoxy. The additives just float in there so that you get this nice subtle sparkle without having or requiring those extra coats of epoxy. So I just apply this just like I would any other coat of epoxy. This one I'm using the 1-to-1 fast set from Artistry just because I wanted to kind of get this cup done sooner rather than later because I was so obsessed with how it turned out. So I'm just adding it like normal, and then I went ahead and popped any bubbles just to make sure that I've got that perfect sheen that sets me up for success for my next layers of epoxy. Now, I don't usually do this, but this cup had been turning for about like 10-15 minutes at this point, but I wanted to do a close-up to show like what this subtle sparkle looks like with an epoxy additive. You can just see it's just barely there, but it adds a really nice detail to this design, so I wanted to showcase it. Once that coat dried, I went ahead and I grabbed some painter's tape, and I am choking up at the bottom of this. So you can see the design, like you can see the vinyl underneath. And why I'm doing this is because I really wanted the glitter that I'm going to be adding to the butt to be shown off, I guess you could say. But also this cup curves a little bit, and I didn't want to run the risk of having the spray paint get under the tape or anything like that. So I just kind of choked up a little bit on the cup like you can see here, but I think it actually adds to the detail because I was able to find a glitter that matched these foil perfectly, and I couldn't believe it. This is my new little hack that I'm pretty obsessed with. So I'm taping it off, and then I grab saran wrap, take the cup outside and spray paint it. So I'm using aged gold, but while the spray paint is wet, I come in and glitter it. It works amazing as an adhesive. It saves you an extra step. And this is Amber from Boujie Glitter Boutique, and I'll show you in a second just how well this glitter matches the foil. But I was so excited that I saw that these matched. And if you look at that glitter coverage. I did not have to do a second coat of epoxy or anything to get more coverage of that glitter. It just worked wonderfully the first time. So this is kind of my favorite hack that I'm using right now, and I'm going to continue to use it until I find something else to be obsessed with. I let the glitter dry for about an hour, then I sealed it twice with Rust-Oleum Clear Gloss spray paint, went in with 2 final coats of 30 milliliters each of epoxy, and this baby was done. I absolutely love how this cup turned out. I think it has a simple elegance about it that really appeals to a wide range of people, because I've had so many people come out of the woodwork and say that they absolutely love how this cup turned out. I hope this tutorial inspires you, and I can't wait to see what you create. If you have any questions about any of the steps or information, please feel free to reach out and I will be more than happy to help. As always, thank you for watching. It really means a lot to me. If you like this tutorial, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe so you can see future videos. You can also ring the bell so you're notified of all future cup making goodies. Thank you again. Love you guys. Bye.